Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Epic Yarn. The last part we got cake after going through Mushroom Way. And it starts building this enormous cake in the middle of the level, which is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's have a look at Sweet's Park here. I must say the hub music in this world is really pretty as well. It's just really like relaxing. I never told that story in the last video that I was starting telling when I was like, oh, he's homicidal, Jor. It reminded me of like this, oh, this is this music again. I remember what that guy's name was actually. I'm pretty sure it was like, Spurge or something like that is what his name was. Is what that bully's name is in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. How do I get in there? Can I get through here somehow? Is this just a secret passage? That's like really bothering me. That there's like crystal gems down there in the shape of fruit, and I don't know how to. Oh, maybe this is this zip here. I really like this zip mechanic because it just feels so good to pull it open. Here we go. Ooh, a nice kiwi and mandarin cake. Yeah, like that story that I was telling when I was like, oh, he's homicidal. I was like, I was watching this other video, because what it was like, I started thinking of like, I don't know how I started thinking of it, but I started thinking like, oh, what's Gold Dust's entrance music again? Like, what's Gold Dust's and it's not even Gold Dust, it's just Gold Dust, like, it is what it is. I started thinking like, oh, what's like Gold Dust's entrance music again? Is there not like a bite taken out of you that I can go down there? No. I started like thinking, oh, what's Gold Dust's entrance music? So I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah, now I remember, and this is actually like pretty cool. Flan. Everybody loves flan. And then, like, was it actually ever Imitation of Life that played in that episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch? With the flans. With the flans or whatever. Like, where she like makes everyone's life better with the flans, or solves everyone's life problem with the flans. Which is what I would call creme caramel. I'd never call it a flan. I just call it a flan because of that episode of Sabrina. I think I've probably talked about this before, because I probably talked about it in Hatchville Boyfriend. They talk about flans and creme caramel so much. But yeah, like there's that episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch with all the what I would call creme caramel, because that's what we call it over here. But they call it flan. How many more times do I have to say this? Oh my god, everyone gets the idea. But like I think in like that episode when I was talking about it in Hatchville Boyfriend, I said like that Imitation of Life is playing when in that part of that episode, like where she makes like all the flan for everyone. But then I looked up like the episode, like I looked up like the episode then to see if that was the case, and it wasn't. It was like a song that sounded like similar to Imitation of Life, but it wasn't Imitation of Life. It was like something else. So now I'm wondering whether because I have like this clear image or memory in my brain of that part of Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Imitation of Life playing. Like that, and that part where it's like, put it in the ground, or whatever. Oh no, it's not that. It wasn't Imitation of Life, was it? Or was it like, yeah. So like, I remember I have like this clear memory of that song playing behind that scene in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And it's kind of like I have this really clear memory of my mind. This is like actually this exact same thing, so maybe this is where I'm like getting my idea from. I have this really clear memory in my mind as well of like, which is like the way to go. which is like the way forward. I presume this is, yeah, there's like way more stuff over there, but I want to get that stuff down there. I have like this really clear memory in my mind as well of that part in Sabrina the Teenage Witch where like they're the toys in the toy box and they finally decide to like work together and to get their way out or whatever. And I like in the montage in that, I have like this clear memory of the impression that I get playing in the background. But then I looked up that part as well. Oh, that's a pit. Of course, like that's a pit, and I decided to just like drive all off the edge like a maniac. And I have this really clear image in my head of like the impression that I get playing in. Oh my God, Waddle Dee. And he's just going to like parasol down into nothingness. I got it. But like then I looked up the video of that scene, and that song wasn't playing either. It was like a really similar song. But like, what other song could it have been? Like, I'm not like silly. I'm not a silly person. It can't have been like a completely different song. And then I just like somehow forged this memory of it being the impression that I get. Because where else would I have heard that song? The only other place I know of that song from is like the Digimon movie. Do I want to go up here? There's definitely like more level. Well, I don't have a choice now, do I? Oh well, I've already gone up there. Well, what's over here? Oh my God, is that power up going to be there? It totally is. I forgot about this. That power up, that mole power up, is going to be up here. We can dig down through this fluffy cake. But no, wait. I don't want to like dig too much. Because I want to be able to get that treasure. So I don't want to like destroy everything. But how am I going to like get to stay over here? Can I like... Oh look, I can like destroy that. Okay, well that's okay. Is there like more stuff that I can uncover like there? Because I just like uncovered something. But no, it doesn't seem like it. It's pretty much just that. Well, that was like a small little foray. But yeah, the only other place I remember like that song from is the Digimon movie, and how else would I have known about it? Can I like get up here now? Oh, I should have like maybe I destroyed more over here. Yeah, I can totally get up there. Just barely. Oh my God, I didn't really think this through very well, but I'm doing it. No, I might have to go and like get the power up again, just to like be able to get up to the treasure. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Well, back to the drawing board. I think you can do this multiple times though. Hopefully you can. Well, if you can't, then it'll like bring me up there anyway, so that I can get it. Maybe I can like really quickly like... I was just gonna say, maybe I could like really quickly... Let's not make the same mistake now here. Let's destroy this. And this. No, that is not what I wanted to destroy. I'm gonna end up screwing myself over here if I'm not careful. Okay. That's like a nice path, actually. If I can just like destroy that. And then destroy there. Will that let me get up there? No! Oh God, don't do that. Whatever you do. I should be able to do that. I have like the other... Let's start like... Because I can get up here. How else? Like, I can destroy that. That would... Okay, that was really bad. Okay, well if I can get up here as like the mole, surely I can get up here as Kirby and clobber that there treasure chest. This level is going to end up taking ages, my God. So yeah, I don't know. Like, the only theory I can think of is like that maybe maybe like the version they show, because of like publishing rights or something like that, they have like 2 different versions, and one version does have Imitation of Life and one version does have Imitation of Life for regarding the creme caramel or whatever, and one version does have the impression that I get, but then like they didn't have the rights anymore, so they made like separate versions that don't have that music but have something similar, if you know what I mean. That's like the only thing that's the only like that's the only idea that I have to explain this, because that's the only other option is that like I have like a completely false memory of not 1 but 2 scenes in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and both of them have to do with music. Like both of them have to do with songs, and it actually being a different song to the song that I have a memory of. Do you know? That's the only other option, which seems like when you think about it, like what are the odds that that would ever be the case? Like that with the same television program, you'd have like the exact same type of false memory regarding it. So that kind of way, it's just like not plausible. Do you know? So it must be. So yeah. That's like my story. They're like my 2 stories. Well, no, I still haven't told that story that I started to tell in the last video. That story about like Jerry the King Lawler and Goldust. I started saying that. So I was like listening to Goldust's entrance music. I was listening to Goldust's entrance music. And it actually sounds a lot like something that you'd hear in Castlevania. Do you like that kind of like slow kind of music that there is in Castlevania? Do you like in Super Castlevania 4, in that level where you're climbing up the watery area? No, I don't want to like go visit you. I'll go visit you some other time. Like that's what Goldust's music sounds like. So yeah. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, this is like the music level. So like I was watching that, and obviously I was for some reason it was actually Goldust's debut is what it was, and they were all like just kept calling him Bizarre. They were like, oh, he's Bizarre, he's Goldust, he's from Hollywood and all this kind of stuff. And for some reason it wasn't Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross. Oh, this is really cool. That were commentating. It was Jerry the King Lawler and oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. I keep like doing that. It was Jerry the King Lawler and Vince McMahon that were commentating. This is so cute. It was Jerry the King Lawler and Vince McMahon that were commentating, of all people. And like they were talking about like Jerry the King, or like for some reason like Jerry the King Lawler said something like, what was it? It was something like, oh, something was like paparazzi, like Goldust is being followed around by those paparazzi or whatever. And Gold is being followed around by those paparazzi, and or no, like something. It was something really funny. Anyway, I can't even remember it. I can't even remember what he said. But I just remember finding it so funny that I had to listen to it again. It was something like Goldust. It must be a lot of like stress being followed around by all those paparazzi. And no, now I remember. Or it was like and then like Jerry the King Lawler said something like, you know who they are, don't you, Vince McMahon? Or no, you wouldn't know about that, Vince McMahon, he says. Or something like that. He says, like, you wouldn't know what the paparazzi are. There are people who follow people like Goldust around taking pictures. Like, there was just something really funny about, like, the way he's worded it. There are people who follow people like Goldust around. Like, people like Goldust, like, famous people like Goldust around taking pictures. It was just so funny. Oh, this is so beautiful. I'm not even talking about how like fun and interactive this level is. There's only one thing I can think of when I play this level though. Look at those like treble clef trees. Like in the background, they're really cool. And this racing stripe is pretty sharp. Like Homer Simpson talking about that nuclear power plant he designed. And like, and then Frank Grimes goes crazy. He's like, oh, he's in a competition for children. And then like Lenny says something like, and Homer beat their brains out or something. Like they were so like proud of him for. Is there like something I can do down here? Yeah, I was just gonna say there's like more to this level than meets the eye. There's even treasure down. Oh my god, look at him, he's gone crazy. It's like once you take his weapon away, he's nothing. He does nothing, the boy does nothing. I was just talking about how beautiful you were, Treble Clef Tree. And how beautiful these harps are. It reminds me of like, well no, there are two things I think about. First of all, it's kind of like the sound test in Fantasia, when he's like talking to like the sound wave or the sound whatever he's called, and he does like the little impressions of all like the different instruments or whatever, and he does like the harp, and he does like the flute and the violin, and he does like the, I don't know what he does. Does he do like the bassoon or something? He does one, and I think it's like the bassoon. He does like a trumpet. And he definitely does the bassoon because it has like this really like kind of this flat like squashy look about it. You're dangerous. You're actually a dangerous enemy. Not like those like Waddle Dees. Ooh, treasure. Come on, accordion. I should have like talked about that, like that yellow accordion, that terrifying blue and yellow accordion in this video. But yeah. There's more like music notes over here. A cymbal. He does like he does like the drums as well. That sound wave. So that's one thing I think about. The other thing is I actually had like this Rayman game. One like when I got my Game Boy Advance, like the regular bog standard Game Boy Advance, like not the Game Boy Advance SP. I actually got it off like my aunt. I actually got it off my aunt, like the Game Boy Advance. I had like the black original Game Boy Advance, which wasn't backlit or anything. Later I bought like the Game Boy Advance SP, the regular one. But like when I got like the I don't need those. When I got the Game Boy Advance, I got some games with it as well. And one of them was like this puzzle game called Tang Tang, which was kind of pretty bad. This reminds me of like Mario RPG, which was pretty bad, and I wasn't really good at it. And one of the games that I got was this Rayman Advance game, which was also really hard, like Rayman Advance. And like I could only get onto like the second world. Like the second world was this music themed world as well, with all these instruments in it and everything. So yeah, that's what this level reminds me of too. Oh my god, I've just been talking. This game seems perfect for me to just talk over. So yeah, like here we go. Isn't the next level like the boss already? Oh my god, this boss is like perfect for Halloween. I've got the next plans for Halloween. No, I'm not coming to see you. I'm going to see the boss. Don't talk to the likes of you. As far as I know, the next level is the boss. I might be wrong, I can't remember, but thanks a million for watching this part of Let's Play Kirby's Epic Yarn. See you next time. Bye now.